Guys, let's see what wants to come through today. Hope y'all are doing well. If you're interested in booking a personal reading with me, you can find all of the info in the description box below. All right, let's see what wants to come through. Oh, we're already getting started. I have the maestro. This is an energy of saying, this is what I want to create in my life, and I have everything I need to do it. This is basically the equivalent of the magician card in the tarot, okay? So this tells me that you are in an energy of creating a life that you want, okay? So you're in this beautiful energy of saying, this is what I want. I already have, an idea of all the things I want to create in my life, and now I'm putting the energy forth into creating that life. I have movement with river here, okay? So here again, this is saying I'm taking action. I'm in an energy of making movement toward all of the things that I'm looking to create in my life, okay? Maybe you went through a period of time where things were a little bit stuck, a little bit stagnant, and now things are beginning to pick up, okay? So whatever it is that you are looking to create, looks like the energies of the universe are aligning perfectly with you, where those manifestations can actually get brought down into real 3D time here, okay? Let's keep going. So far, this looks really good, okay? I have guardian angel. Count on my protection. Okay, so whatever it is that you're looking to do and looking to create right now, the universe is basically saying, we've got your back. Your spirit guides, your angels, the divine, this is all aligning with you, because whatever it is that you're looking to create in your life, they are in alignment, because this is for your highest and greatest good. So when that happens and we get in alignment with what is meant for us, the universe meets us halfway, and then we are able to bring those manifestations into reality, okay? So it looks like the energies here are conducive to what is in alignment for you on your destined path, okay? This is a beautiful energy to be in. So, whatever you're creating, it sounds like things are getting really exciting and picking up for you. Let's keep going here. I have entrepreneur. Be on the lookout for exciting business opportunities to unfold. Okay, so this looks really exciting. It looks like, you had a dream of creating your own business, maybe working for yourself, and now the energies are really coming into alignment. Maybe you've done all of your due diligence, you've done all your research, you've got all your ducks in a row, or maybe you're just kind of beginning to. Either way, what's being said here is that the energies are conducive to meet you halfway, and it's meant for you. So whatever exciting new opportunity you're looking to do, whether it's starting a new business and going to do that full time, or maybe you're just looking into some side hustles that you can do that would really pay off, okay? So whatever it is you are creating, keep going, because it looks like everything is going the way it should go and everything's falling into place. Let's pull some tarot on this and see if I can get some more details. Okay, let's get the overall energy of the situation here. Okay, the overall energy I have here is judgment and the vampire. Okay, so it looks like you had to make some really tough decisions before. You were heeding a call within your heart and soul so that you could make changes in your life to leave situations and places, maybe even a career that was just kind of draining you. Okay, with the vampire energy here and judgment, this is saying that there is a call to action to do something that is far more fulfilling to you, far more in alignment with your heart and soul and your passion, and get away from things that drain you and no longer serve your highest good. So it sounds to me like you either are hearing the call and now beginning to take action on it, or you've already heard the call and are now kind of in the middle of it or already beginning it. Okay, let's take a look at the recent past and see what it got us here. In the recent past, I have innocence. Okay. So in the recent past, it was just saying, I just want to be free. I want to be free of these burdens. All of these things that I've been doing that I thought were making me happy are no longer making me happy. They're draining me. They're sucking the life and energy out of me. And there's just got to be more to life than this. Okay. So it looks like you got into this state of really going back and getting to a childlike energy and wonder and saying, what do I want to create? What is the inner child in me find joyful and playful and fun and just lights my, passion and desires where I want to just jump out of bed each day and get excited for what's to come for the day. Okay. So it looks like you're really aligning with a state of being where you're kind of wiping the slate clean and starting over from an innocent place of saying, I'm just no longer going to get in alignment with things, for whatever reasons I got in alignment for. You may have aligned with a career because you thought it would take you places. You may have done it in a way because you thought that the time and the money were going to be well worth it in the end, and that everything would kind of balance out eventually, but it never really did. Or maybe you're just finding that it wasn't as fulfilling as you thought that it was, or you just kind of did it just because. Okay, but here it is. It looks like you're starting all the way over, and you're going to be creating your new life and experience and maybe new business here from a place that actually brings you joy and passion and delight. So good for you. Let's take a look at the present energy. In the present energy, I have legal issues and the moon coming out here. Okay. So this might be just getting to a place of balancing. Okay. So this looks like you're coming to a place where maybe you're wondering how things are actually going to legitimately come together. Okay. So with the moon part, things can be a little bit, not so clear. Okay. This can also be evoking a little bit of fear in you. Okay. Whenever we go to a place where we're starting something brand new, especially when we've come from a place that was very structured, very corporate like, where we clocked in and clocked out and got a secure paycheck, it can evoke a lot of fear and insecurities in us, especially when things are unknown. With the moon energy here, it's just saying that, use your mind. This is a time to get very, very clear. Okay. So, don't fall into the, what if this happens? What if that happens? What if this isn't successful? What if I regret this? So don't play into the mind games here, because it's going to create and feed into those illusions of things. Okay. So even though things are unknown right now, what's being said here in the present energy is getting really in alignment with that mind. Okay. And not letting the emotions get, control of you here, and make sure that you're keeping your eye on the prize of why you're wanting to do this in the first place. If you really come back to your why, things will really align. Okay. So even if you have to keep coming back to your why and what you're doing and why you're doing it and how you imagine it to turn out, that, and where you don't want to be, this is going to really get you into a balanced state of mind where you can then move forward in ways that feel good to you. Okay. Let's take a look at the near future here. Near future, I have passion coming out here. Okay. With passion coming out, this is saying here in the near future, you're really going to find that, what you are doing and all of those fears and illusions and things and, crazy thoughts that you're getting through is really going to pay off, because you're going to find that you're entering into a beautiful state of doing what you're passionate about. You're going to find passion and joy in what you were doing. This is probably the goal of what you had in starting this to begin with. And so you're going to find that you're going to find a lot of joy and passion in what it is you're pursuing at this time. Let's take a look at some advice for you. So advice is the devil here, okay? So the advice is saying don't fall into the games of illusion. Again, kind of like what I was saying here in the present energy. This is just saying, I know there's a lot of unknowns. I know that you're used to, a day-to-day paycheck clocking in and clocking out, and all of the weight of the responsibilities being on someone else, okay? But we can fall trapped to things that, bring us back into the past, or all of the what ifs, okay? Especially with this moon energy. It seems like you might be battling a little bit of this energy at this time, where you're really kind of saying, oh my gosh, I can't believe I'm doing this. Or, I don't know if I can take that next step and really begin to move forward into this fully and completely, because now these little bit of fears are kicking in, because this is getting really real right now. Okay. So the advice here is saying, again, remember to calm those fears, get out of those emotions, and get very clear in your mind so that you can take those clear actions and clear decisions and go forward with it. Okay. With the near future, what you don't see coming here is passion. Okay. So, maybe this will help calm down the mind a little bit and calm down the fears, so that you can see that things are really working out in your favor here. You're really aligned with what is meant for you. Okay. So you're going to need to be able to not only feel that fear, and that's okay to feel it. Okay. being courageous is mistaken. We think that being courageous is to do something without fear. We're brave and courageous, we just do it. But the reality is anyone who's ever done anything bold and courageous has done it with fear. They've had fear just like you, but they do it anyway, okay? Because we're uncomfortable through a lot of change and into the unknowns. But it's not until we cross over to the other side into that change that we were, getting uncomfortable through, and that we realized that this was well worth the energy, okay? So it's just kind of pushing through those unknowns and those fears and uncomfortabilities that it's evoking in you right now, because it's just something new. And knowing that on the other side of that, things will be better and it will really be paying off. And I highly doubt you're going to have any regrets after this, okay? Let's take a look at what's hidden. Maybe there's something here that would prove helpful that you're not seeing, okay? Oh, I'm so sorry. My hand hit the deck here. Let's take a look again at what's hidden. Let's try this again, okay? What's hidden? Okay. I have a few things coming out in what's hidden. I have the Seven of Swords, I have karmic connection, and I have the Ace of Cups coming out. Okay. So this might be indicative of, you might be, getting involved with a partner. Maybe you had a business partner you were going to go into business with, and you found that they were just kind of being less than forward with you. Maybe you felt they were being a little bit shady or lurking in the background here. Okay. With the Seven of Swords, it could be a couple of things. You could even be doing things on, the sly behind someone's back here, okay? And not saying that this is anything bad, okay? We do what we got to do sometimes, okay? So you might have an actual connection here with a soulmate of some kind where you're making moves in the background to maybe set yourself up for a new life, okay? Maybe you need to leave this connection and it's turned really toxic for you. And so in order to do that, you're beginning to start something new in order to remove yourself from that situation, on the down low here, okay? So you might be making secretive moves in order to do, something that you kind of need to do in order to set yourself up in a very positive way so that you can then, be independent of these situations that maybe aren't exactly good for you anymore, or maybe just no longer aligned with you. Again, this can also be a business partner. Maybe you were looking to start a business with someone, but they're turning out to be a little bit shady. And so, maybe you've changed your mind about it because you just, were getting a bad vibe off of it. And so now you've decided to just go ahead and start this business on your own. And so you're not really telling anybody about this, and you're kind of making moves anyway to get this thing off the ground so that you don't have any interference. Whatever this is hidden, you're going to kind of know what this is, obviously. But this is just saying that despite what's here in the background, things are still really aligned with it being very successful, okay? So even though you're doing these things, you're just clearly doing what you need to do. So if you're feeling a type of way about it, and if that's what's making you nervous, that's what's evoking a lot of fear in you, is I wouldn't be fearful at all, okay? Because there's something that you're doing here that is in alignment with this, okay? So even if you're having to kind of do it on the down low here, behind the scenes, it's for good reason, okay? So if that's what your fear is, I just wouldn't worry too much about it at all, because the energies here are saying that, things are really working out for you the way that they're meant to work out, okay? So do what you got to do here, okay? All right, let's take a look at what you don't see coming in the coming weeks here. Okay, we don't see coming here is emotional manipulator. Okay, again, so whatever it is that you're involved in, clearly this was either that partner you were going to go into business with, or this is a romantic partner, or other some kind of other soulmate that you're dealing with. Okay, this could be a partner that you just recently left and removed yourself from, or this may be someone that you're still currently with. I have the King of Swords here on the bottom of the deck, so this could be indicative of a masculine energy here that is doing what it's got to do. Okay, it's aligning with its truth and doing that. This can also be indicative of someone, maybe that maybe this is your partner, maybe this is the business partner you're going to be with, maybe this was a partner that you are with romantically or in a family that you're with that is just not really aligning with a truth and authenticity, and you're feeling a vibe off of them. Okay, so this could be a lot of things. This could be someone who's just not even care. They're a little bit reckless, they're a little bit rude, they're a little bit in their ego, and they just kind of want things their way. So this can play out in a variety of ways. Again, this is a general reading, so sometimes this energy gets a little bit mixed up, and it's different for everybody here. So place it as it will. Take what resonates and leave the rest. Okay, but this is just saying that here you're dealing with someone in some capacity that you are trying to do things a little bit in the background so that you can then, get kind of a sense of stability or control in your life so that you can free yourself from whatever connection this is. Okay. But what I'm saying here, basically the point, regardless of some of the, details here, which is a little bit of your, kind of personal drama going on here, is that regardless of all of that, things are really in alignment with where they need to be. So whatever you have plans to do, whatever you're taking action on right now, it is in alignment for your highest and greatest good. So keep going. Okay. Despite whatever this person in your sphere is kind of doing or trying to influence, just keep doing what you're doing because it's really in alignment for your highest and greatest good. Okay. So I hope that you found this reading to be helpful. And until I see you again, take care.